talking to Michelle Killebrew from IBM. How you doing, Michelle?
Good. Great to be here.
Yeah, and you recently, we just got out of a panel, out of a session that you had. A really great case study. But I want to talk a little bit about you working at IBM, big company. What are you doing first of all at IBM?
So my role currently is a strategic role, and it's looking at the portfolio and how we align that to the market trends and how do we create the messaging and the positioning for the social business category.
So this is a conference about content and how it plays with the customer experience. It's quite different when you think of IBM than you do some of the folks out here that are dealing with probably a small portfolio of customers, or maybe even B2C customers. IBM, how is IBM using content to help impact the customer experience?
Yeah, I think it happens in a lot of different ways. So we're using our best asset, our employees, as advocates of the brand. So we have over 400,000 global employees.
Only 400,000?
400,000, yeah. So it's a matter of arming them, especially with today's digital and social channels, with the content that they can share with their networks and act as advocates of the brand. So some of that is happening through social, some of it is sort of snackable content, whether it be tiles, leading to videos, leading to some deep research study, but really enabling our best resource, our employees, to act as advocates of the brand.
So that's interesting because you talked about 400,000 employees, but something that was said today is that 80% of those employees are working from home, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So does that, that's got to be a scary thing to have employees sort of, off the cuff a little bit. How do you guys keep that under wraps? You have some social media policies or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, there's two major things, and it's fortuitous because one of them happens to be under our social business portfolio. That's for me. My piece is collaboration solutions. So we have a multi-dimensional intranet that allows us to instant message. I can look up expertise among any of those 400,000 people and find the person that I need relatively quickly. So we have an environment that facilitates that offline working environment, whether it be email and file sharing and video conference and instant messaging. That's part of how we work.
Well, and the content's getting to the right person. It's not like one piece of content, you're just sort of saying, hey, all 400,000 folks, go ahead and share this. What you're talking about is something that allows you to identify the right person on your team or the right group of folks on your team, right?
Absolutely. And then your second point about digital guidelines, we at IBM actually created a digital guideline, social guideline policy back in 2006. So this was a year before Twitter was founded. Yeah. And it was essentially blogging guidelines that they're pretty straightforward. Essentially, they say, don't do anything stupid. But other than that, go out and create and interact with our prospective clients. Show your expertise. Allow that to be part of the IBM brand through that expertise sharing. And encouraged IBMers to go out and blog on things that they were passionate about.
That's super early on. We're talking 2006. So how do you think that you found it impact? How has it impacted IBM when it comes to? You're empowering these folks to be social advocates, like you said.
Absolutely.
Has there been one maybe interesting example that you've seen happen because of empowering these workers?
Well, I think there's a couple different factors. First of all, the guidelines themselves were crowdsourced across, so the employees actually came up with the policy. And then secondly, by providing those guidelines, those rails, people felt free to then, color, right? They knew where the borders were. They could express themselves in amazing ways. I don't have sort of one particular instance where that has just proven itself, I guess poignant, but I think that it happens every single day with the relationships that IBMers are creating with their clients, just in acting as people and representative of the brand. And I think we've carried that forward in branding too. So, a couple of years ago we had the I Am an IBMer campaign, and that was the message. The brand are the people.
Well, the interesting part about it is, again, most folks think that large organizations like IBM are slow to move on this sort of thing, and you're talking 2006. Yeah. That's a long time ago. Social media there, like you said, was for the most part just publishing on blogs and things.
Yes.
Very few things. I mean, I don't believe IBM was likely on MySpace
they still
or
call
something
them web
like
blogs.
that. Exactly. So, I mean, I think the moral of the story is if if IBM can do it, or if IBM also doesn't have a fear of doing it, considering the size of your workforce, why can't organizations much smaller also take advantage of that, right?
Yeah, it's a huge value proposition because honestly, people are seeking authenticity, right? They want to connect with one another, and one of the ways that companies, small and large, can do that is by creating that personal connection between employees and customers.
Well, and it sounds like what you're doing is with employees as well,
yes.
right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.